Hey everyone, welcome to another game casted by HD Phoenix. This is going to be an amazing game. We have the German LiquidTLO versus the Australian mOOnGlaDe. mOOnGlaDe, you might notice his name is different. It's not Glade, it's now mOOnGlaDe. He's gone back to his Warcraft 3 handle because this is on the Korean servers. That's right. Because TLO is on the Korean servers, he is playing for GSL and he's practicing on the ladder. Glade actually went over to the Korean servers to play and hope to get some very high level games. And he put this cast on StarCraft2C.com, so make sure you check out that site by Nirvana. But yeah, this replay is out there with also a lot of other Korean games by Glade. And I can't wait to get this game started because TLO, as everybody knows, has recently transited into Zerg. Now, a lot of people might say TLO, well, you know, he changes with the flavor of the month. I don't think so, because if you remember TLO in beta, he was playing Zerg, and he played Zerg really, really well. If you remember correctly, he was the one that got Spine Crawlers nerfed. Remember Spine Crawlers used to be 6 seconds to burrow? Well, TLO would basically get a very, very early lair and make 4 Spine Crawlers, 5 Spine Crawlers in his base, and then make a highway of Overlords to the enemy's base and burrow his Overlords inside the enemy base. It was hilarious. So, basically because of that, Blizzard was like, that's not the way you play StarCraft, and he increased one player singly increased the burrow time from 6 seconds to 12. But we are going to see TLO drop a 14 hatch. Similarly, mOOnGlaDe has already dropped his 14 hatch, and it looks like both players are going to be playing a very, very macro-oriented game. The reason is because the rush distance is relatively long. You do have a big ramp over here sitting outside your third, but the third is so close to your enemy's third, and there are these Zalganalga watchtowers. But with a relatively small choke, it is a relatively, I say relatively, way too much. It is a pretty long rush distance, so both players do feel relatively safe. I said relatively again. They do feel safe to get that 14 hatch, 14 pool into 14 gas. And actually, TLO is not getting the gas, and he's not getting his spawning pool at all. Let's go and look on the production tab. This is very unusual. He's already up to 16. Oh my God! What? Oh, okay. Does mOOnGlaDe even see this? Yeah, mOOnGlaDe does see the other hatchery, and he's not moving in with this Overlord. But this is really, really strange. Only just dropping the hatchery, and look at that. mOOnGlaDe seeing that early hatchery, he is making a pair of 6 Zerglings. And it's actually going to put a lot of early pressure because this pool is so late. I think the Zerglings are going to be able to come over there and beat on this hatchery just a little bit. I cannot fathom why TLO would do this. Well, we do know TLO is very famous for his all-Zergling army. Like, I believe he played another game where he was using only Zerglings until the 12-minute mark. And with 3 hatcheries, he's going to have a lot of lava to spam Zerglings. But here Glade is moving out with his 6 initial lings. And Glade is getting speed, and he is making 2 queens. So he's going to get, well, just the standard queens. I thought he already had another queen. But this is very, very unusual. This hatchery is not going to be able to cancel. It's actually just done. And these Zerglings are going to be able to put quite a bit of pressure. But actually, Glade is going to forego the hatchery and going to go for these drones. And one drone is going to go down. There are more lings by TLO, so it is coming in time. There are 8 lings on the field. These drones are microing very well. There are 10 lings by LiquidTLO, and it looks like he is going to hold. He is going to get some sort of early advantage. Let's look at the harvester count. On the harvester count, they are dead even. Glade is getting that early gas, so he does have speed. Most likely, you might actually see a Roach Warren because he is still collecting gas. He already has speed. He's up to 150 gas. So most likely, really like to see him get some kind of roaches because roaches are so good in the new patch. They're so tanky. And Glade actually, instead of keeping some Zerglings at the watchtower, has pulled all the way back. I'm guessing that maybe he's afraid that these Zerglings might try to run by, but TLO also is just going to keep his Zerglings in the base for protection. He did not rally his third hatchery. He really needs to move these 2. There we go. And these 2 workers are going to go back to work. But look at that harvester count. We have 31 harvesters over 23. All these extra lava, and even this queen's coming over here just to defend. I don't know if Glade doesn't make a push soon, and here we go. Here comes the push. I was just about to say, if Glade doesn't make a push now, soon, this harvester count is going to crush him very, very quickly. I really like this position of this Roach one. It does limit the space. This is essentially a choke. There's this technically should be for a Zealot, but it's going to be instead for a Queen. And we do have multiple Queens for TLO. But TLO does see this push coming out. Actually, no. He saw the Overlord and he actually backed up. I don't know what's he waiting for. Perhaps he's waiting for more roaches. He's up to 9 roaches. These Overlords are knowing that there are no forms of Hydralisk on the way because that's just way too early. He is going to be moving his Overlords just to get as much sight because TLO is going to need as much recce information as possible because he is droning really, really hard. He's up to 43 Harvesters. He has, I think, 3 gas by the looks of it. He has 1, 2, 3. No, he has 4 gas. So if Glade has a really, really small window and he is going to push out here with 13 roaches, 11 roaches, I'm sorry. If Glade fails to break this, he is going to be in a world of hurt because with 4 gas, he's going to be able to get a Spire, and he's not going to have enough time to transit into Hydralisk because he is still on 1 gas. Here comes the big push. We have 11 roaches on the way with more Speedlings. The Zerglings very wisely staying in the choke, so the roaches cannot get in. But yeah, he actually needs to make sure in this crack that he doesn't let anything go by, and actually the Zerglings all run by. This is a very good distraction. So he's forcing the attention. Do I stay with the front push and defend with my roaches, or do I save my drones? And very wisely, TLO brings his drones all the way into the fray, and he's actually bringing the drones from his main as well. There are so many drones here. They're doing significant economic harass to mOOnGlaDe, but to TLO. But these roaches are trying to focus down TLO's roaches, but I don't think it's enough. These drones are punching these roaches as fast as they can, and there they go. They're going back to work. But looking at the units lost, it is pretty much even. But the important thing is, yeah, look at that. From 43 workers to 29. Glade really, really needed that attack. If he did not, he would have essentially been screwed. And I think he actually, yeah, he did snipe out both queens from TLO. He took up the Spinecrawler here, he took up the Spinecrawler at the back, and he's continuing to rally units. Looking at the production tabs, we have 4 roaches by TLO, we have 14 Zerglings by Glade, and we have on the units tab, we already have 9 roaches by Glade, and he's going to try to push in here. Again, he really needs to make sure these roaches by TLO do not move from this position, because if they do, if they move, then they cannot move. If they move, the Zerglings will run by, and the Zerglings are going to surround the roaches. This is doing so much damage. He really needed not to pull back, but this roach is actually going to get picked up. The workers are coming to the help again, but they are being stuck behind these lings, and they're not going to be able to get the surround. And looking at the harvester count, we are dead even once again, and it's 24 to 23, and Glade TLO actually calls GG because he's behind. Looking at the armies tab, yeah, 975 versus 47, and we have 26 Zerglings. We have more Zerglings out here, but wow, what a ballsy strategy by TLO. I honestly think if he just kept units here, and then he pulled his workers again, like what he did in the first exchange is he basically got the drones which have 45 health. Don't forget, workers, drones have 40 health, SUVs have 45 health. Workers are very tanky. They do a lot of soaking, so he could have survived this. But I don't know if it was a little bit too little, too late. I think TLO needed a few more Spinecrawlers. The Spinecrawler behind here would have been amazing if he was able to choke it off here with roaches. But what a game! I would have actually not expected Glade to take a match off TLO. But wow, I am going to cast the other Red Archon versus Ice game, but I am going to go away for a long weekend. You guys stay safe, have a happy Deepavali, and I'll see you guys after the holidays. This is HD Phoenix signing out.